Here at the Giver Marketing Network, we don't leave you drifting out in space. We connect you to a coach who will help you build and grow your marketing business. Our process acts as a guide on how to connect with other businesses, maintain good relations, and establish a presence on the Giver Marketing Network. Each member within this collaborative group will have the opportunity to leverage your talent and influence, a true network effect. If you are looking to collaborate on more projects, welcome to the Giver Marketing Network, the most trusted and highest rated collective of specialists on the planet. Here we have a group of like-minded professionals who focus on making valuable introductions and helping each other grow by teaming up. Imagine Upwork meets a network and a coach. The talent collectively includes services like visibility and SEO, creating logos, designing websites, managing social media, outreach messaging, visual storytelling, and much more. Think of what you could do with laser-focused allies, strengthening your business while offering your talents to the entire network. Click near this video for more information.
Hello and welcome to another Tuesday marketing broadcast. I am Christine Deane, Team Director at Giver Marketing Network, and I am excited because we have Daniel Knight in the house today. Whoop, whoop.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. I'm so excited because we're talking about one of my favorite topics. Now, I often will talk about things like network like a diva, right? Because I'm a networking diva. However, there's a network like a unicorn. I love this. I can't wait to see the difference, the similarities, and how we're going to make the world a better place together.
Yes, 100%. I'm super excited for this. Thank you so much, Christine.
No, Daniel, for those that don't know you and adore you like I already do, we need to let them know a little bit about you. So what is it? Is it CEO and founder of the Unicorn Universe? Is that the title we're using nowadays?
You're close. That's the corporate version that will find me on LinkedIn. But if you're really looking to officialize it, the official title is Chief Executive Unicorn of Unicorn Universe. And also TEDx Unicorn Connector. And I am founder of Unicorn Universe, co-founder. There's a group of us that kind of started this. And located here in Chandler, Arizona, where it is such a great, just perfect time of the year. Weather is amazing here. So yeah, super excited.
Okay, now I have to ask, because I know other people want to know, okay, what inspired the unicorn part?
What inspired the unicorn part? So it's really all about recognizing the uniqueness of people. And we wanted to do something fun and magical and kind of just attract people that align with that type of energy, who feel like a magical person. They know that they're special, right? Special. And that they like making a positive impact. And so we chose unicorn, like I said, for that unique component, because we want to kind of showcase some of those oddballs, right? Some of the weirdos, the people that really just like to have a good time and make magic happen.
Right, and actually like people and want to work together. This is crazy talk. It's almost like, that must be why we're friends.
Yeah. Now there is a business component to it, right? So it's actually kind of funny. When the name unicorn was first brought up, this was when we were doing a CFO services company, and it was Unicorn CFO. And I was like, it's okay, but like unicorn, I'm like, that's kind of weird. And so I actually had to have it explained to me that a unicorn company is a company with $1 billion valuation. And so part of it is that we believe that, yes, while we're working with people who are unique and special in their own way, that with the right people, resources, connections, and strategy behind them, that they can have that unicorn business, provided they put in the work, right? It's not just going to happen overnight. Yes, things in this world are all rainbows and magic and unicorns and all that, but you still got to know the spell and give the spell right for the magic to actually happen. So anyway, So yeah.
I love that though. No, it's really, it's a mindset, I think. And I know with Giver Marketing, we're big on big hearts and helping people do good in the world. So I totally can relate to this. And I think it's so in alignment. So I love that we've partnered up with organizations like Unicorn Universe. Now, for those that don't know you, your background beyond the unicorn.
Yeah. So before Unicorn Universe, it's funny because a lot of people wouldn't know that before Unicorn Universe, I was like super shy, very closed in this little box. I was operations and tech development for financial advisors, helped create systems and automations and integrations to really streamline their whole process and maximize their time. Have done a lot of work with strategic partnerships and kind of facilitating those. And I was also the regional manager at Hertz Car Sales, one of them, for a handful of years just before that. And yeah, so just always really focused on making big things happen and maximizing opportunities, maximizing systems, and like I said, operational stuff. A lot of the success I've had was because of that, largely because of my skill with technology. So I was like, I have this picture of myself. It's a screenshot I took where I'm like scruffy. I'm on this meeting with the financial advisor guy who I'm working with. And I'm like, I look at that picture. I'm like, I can't believe that was me. Like I looked like a mess. And I had never even been to a networking event like before, like maybe less than a year before we started Unicorn Universe in 2020. I think it was 2020 was the first networking event that I went to, which is funny because then they all shut down. And it was a Renatus real estate networking thing. And it was really interesting. I was super uncomfortable. Like I hated it. I was like, I don't really even like people. I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? Why am I doing this? And so I say that to say a lot of people think that they suck at networking or that they hate it or that they don't like people. And what I have learned over the years is that most of the things that we don't like is because we are not good at it. And so as you continue to put yourself out there and put yourself in uncomfortable situations and get better at it, you'll eventually grow to like it as you are better at it. Because honestly, there's like nothing better than walking into a room where 10 to 15 people, half the room knows you and everyone's coming up to talk to you. And you're like, hey, I love connecting with you. It's great to see you. You should go meet other people. You can introduce those people to other people and tell them to introduce you to other people that they meet. So
I of course am laughing, Daniel, because my background's communications, right? And so when I first walked into networking, I was like, networking? What is this? Oh, this is awesome, right? I was made for this, right? It felt like I was like stepping into your most comfortable shoes you ever wore in your life, right? And I just had a blast right from day one. So I listened to your story. And I think we hit both sides of it, right? Because so many people, like you said, when they start something new, it's uncomfortable at first. You haven't done it before, right? And so there's a learning curve to it. But like you said, once you learn some of the ins and outs and how it works, I think it becomes a little bit easier. So if you're out there and you're thinking, ugh, networking, do I have to? Right? Well, no, you don't have to, right? But it can really add value to your business if you want.
Yes, you do. You have to.
Daniel's like, no, it's not an option.
Look, unless your lead gen is on autopilot and people know you and you are accomplishing your goals on a regular basis and you genuinely don't need to know anybody else in your life, yeah, you should be at networking events, period.
Well, so we were just talking about that recently, about the difference between can you be successful and make a lot of money and still people don't know your name? Yes, you can. But what's the fun of that?
Absolutely. But again, going back to the last point, do you know all the people you need to know, right? Sometimes, yes, absolutely. And so maybe, and there are levels to this networking game, to networking events, right? So it doesn't mean you need to be at all of them. And it doesn't mean you need to be at the ones that are for people just kind of getting their feet off the ground. You probably won't see those kind of people at a happy hour, right? But there are there are levels to that. And if you have that network, then sure. But I think it's always good to be growing and putting yourself out there. And I find that most people have seasons with networking, where you're building, and maybe not networking as much, or you've got something you want to get out there. And so you're out connecting with people.
Yeah. So when you say network like a unicorn, what comes to mind when you're saying that?
So what comes to mind is like a bull in a china shop for whatever reason. My head goes to, and this is what it's like for real. A unicorn showing up at this networking event, just like, but not like creating chaos, creating magic, like showing up, bringing just like amazing positive energy, saying hi to people, complimenting people, making them feel good, making them feel warm and welcome and comfortable, not being judgmental, being very open and transparent, communicative and authentic. And none of these were in the tips that I wrote down, but that's really what it's all about. But really just being yourself. And we'll tie this to the giver marketing, which is a huge part of it in networking like a unicorn, is approaching it with the giver mentality. The book The Go Giver talks a lot about the 5 laws of stratospheric success. And one of the main laws when it comes to how to network like a unicorn is authenticity and being yourself, and really just a genuine person listening to serve, not listening to sell. That's like a critical component. And if you're taking that approach when you're at a networking event, you're going to have a much better time. You're going to meet a lot more amazing people, and everyone's just going to feel it. That energy in the room, you actually have so much power over just with how you show up and how you make other people feel.
Absolutely. I love that approach. And I know for people go like network like a diva. When I say network like a diva, I mean confidence. But it ties into everything you just said, right? The authenticity, right? Being the true you, trying to help other people, but walking in with that confidence that you know you're in the right place, you know who you are, you know who you want to help, right? And coming in with that confidence, not being the wallflower, come in like the diva.
Yeah.
But really, it's all about helping other people, right? So when you said you had a top list of things and words of advice, you want to pull that secret list out?
I don't know. Do we go through? Should we just fire through all of these tips, or like?
I think we can hit them and come up with some examples on how to make a mark.
Do we? Okay, you want me to just fly through them all?
No, just give me one at a time. Let's not overwhelm everybody. Otherwise, everybody's got to get out and start taking notes furiously.
Get your pen. Get ready. Yeah, this first one is everything. Go with intention, right? So like, know why you're going there. So many people just go to an event for whatever reason, and they're just going out of maybe obligation or whatever. But like, it's kind of the inverse of like the giver mindset, right? What are you looking to get out of the event, right? And if you know the intention of why you're there in the first place, it's going to be a much better result.
Yeah. Whether you're going to get something, also what you're going to give, right? What your goals are for the network. Like a lot of times there's people, their goal is to meet as many people as possible, right? That's what their goal is. That's not my goal. My goal is to go around, say hi, make people feel good. But at the same time, I usually have a goal on who I'm trying to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so the kind of whatever project I happen to be working on at the moment, usually, right?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of coming in, letting people know what that is, right? Let me add value to your life, and then this is what I'm looking for, and going with intention. Really, like you said, why are you there? And if you're going to just collect cards but not ever talk to anybody again, then what's the point?
Right, 100%. And I think that just goes to really support why it's important not to just connect with as many people as you can and try to collect business cards, because one, it makes the follow-up harder. That's a lot more work to do. And two, it's a very surface level connection. You're going to get much less response if you're just kind of like shotgunning and, flying through conversations so you can get the card and bounce. And so I personally like to have longer, more meaningful conversations with people at an event. I would rather, talk to one new person for an hour than 20 people in an hour and and not be able to, recall who was who. Which, don't get me wrong, I still connect with a lot of people at an event, but I really like to find the people who really resonate and align with, like I said, what I'm looking for, who I'm looking for, and go deep with them.
Absolutely. And I enjoy that, getting to know people. Sometimes it's a matter of, looking and going, you know what? I love where we're going with this. So we're going to talk soon. Get on my calendar. Here's my link, right? And get them rolling. This way I know that we have that follow-up set up. But, one of my favorite tricks is that your pockets. Always have something with pockets. And then the right people that you want to talk to again soon, put in your right pocket. Yep. And the other people go in your left pocket, right? And that's one of the reasons I always tell people, put your picture on your business card, because I've literally been, somebody was like waving goodbye across the room and I'm like call me, right? And so I got my hand up, they're like, oh, and so they pull pocket, out of their pocket these cards and they're flipping through and they find the one with my face on it. Right. But these are the things, the little tips that nobody tells you. Because I know sometimes when they're nervous to start with, they're like, I don't know if I want to put my picture on my business card. Do it. It makes you more memorable. They can remember what you look like.
Yes. Yep, 100%. So, and being memorable is tip number 4, actually. And so you said having your picture on it. I say, have a unique card. People are very much in the digital age, right? And so a lot of people don't even have cards anymore. So I definitely encourage like putting an emoji after your name. Like pick a signature emoji that you put in your contact cards when you send to people. It has that little emoji. They will remember you because of that. Oh, and this is somebody else's tip, actually. I know somebody that will add emojis to the name based on the state that they met, or like the location or the type of event or something that they use to kind of uniquely identify that person or that group so that they can kind of remember. I thought that was cool.
I do. I like that. We like those little mnemonic devices. At the same time, we do see this rush of digital cards now. At the same time, I'm going to say, when I'm in person and someone sends me their digital card, great, add me as a contact. Okay, well, now you're in a contact with my other 5,000 best friends. Mm-hmm. So how am I going to now find you, remember you, because you're one of 5,000 in my phone? Okay, so there's got to be some kind of way. You actually want to get like a text message thread or something going right away. This way it's not just kind of lost in space.
100%.
Be careful with your digital cards. They're excellent. Just make sure you're doing the follow-up on them.
Absolutely. I'm the worst with Blink. It's a digital card, and I don't think I've followed up with anybody who I've connected using Blink. Don't ask me why. Okay. I can tell you why though, because it's just not my process. And what you just said is kind of part of my tip number 6, which is to have a process nailed down. So I have a very specific way that I connect with people at networking events that works pretty much 100% of the time. And that is, I do like to give them my card because mine is special and unique. So it's a fancy card, and it's not an image of me. I don't quite look like that, but it's got my QR code on there, and it goes to a video of me talking and telling them why they should keep, connecting. But anyway, so, I don't always do it that way. And still, if I give somebody my card, unless I get their card, I really enjoy like grabbing their number. If somebody has an iPhone, the iPhone bump thing is like the best thing in the world. But you will, like you just said, Christine, you'll fall into the trap of like, who was that? What was their name? How do I connect with them? You can actually sort your contacts by newly added. That's a new feature on iPhone, so that's useful. But what I recommend, and like this is the best way to do it for multiple reasons, is exchange the contact info, take a picture together. Even better if it's in a group. Like if you're talking in a group with like 5 people, this is the best thing to do. Hey, let's get a picture together. Get all of you in the group. There's 5 of us. And okay, what's your number? What's your number? What's your number? What's your number? And I'll send you the picture. Like everybody wants that picture, right? And it makes it super easy. You're not asking for anyone's information. You're just saying, hey, I'll send this to you, right? And if it's just an individual, then send them that picture. Because when going back to that first tip, bringing tons of positive energy, Now you're taking a picture, you're putting that energy back into the picture, and you're sending it to the person. They're going to remember you. They're going to remember your face. They're going to remember the connection, the energy, all of that. And it just works 1,000 times better than if you just exchange a phone number and a name. And what's worse is so many people will take the number, text their name, and not get the other person's name. Do you have contacts like that in your phone that
you just have a phone number, no name, nothing else got attached to it?
Yeah.
When you take that picture, add it to their contact also.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
But now we just took it from making it feel like, oh my goodness, this is intimidating. I don't know anybody. Now you've turned it into a fun game.
Yeah. I have had one person in my, 5 years of networking. Now, here's the thing, okay? Even though I hadn't gone to a networking event before about 5 years ago, I've gone to hundreds since, and I host my own. I go to tons of networking events. People know me for sure in the networking world over here. And so the reason I say that, what was I just saying? Totally lost my
I think it was somebody didn't taking pictures. Did you get somebody that wouldn't let you take their picture?
Yes. That's
I suspected that's where we were going. One person
of all of my years is like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, nice meeting you. We probably won't ever connect again. I'm like, that just because
you're like the no vibe just wasn't working for me.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like it kind of says something about that person. I don't know what it says, but like maybe they're not comfortable with it. They don't want to have a picture, like they don't want their picture taken. It's like, I like to work with people that are kind of beyond that level of fear. So,
right. Like, I don't know if we had the same. Yeah.
around, like, so. Yeah.
I know that's how I run into when people tell me they don't have a LinkedIn profile. I'm like, I'm not sure what to do with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Who is that? Somebody said, I am here, buddy. I want to know who that is.
I know. It says LinkedIn user. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to go ask all your LinkedIn people which one.
Or they can just put their name in the chat.
They could.
Whoever said, I am here, buddy, tell me who you are. Who is here? So I want to finish up the step 6, have your process nailed down, right? Because there's exchanging the info, which some people are good at, but then what? Because, man, you want to know why networking events have like a negative connotation? Because people spend all this time, you meet all these people, you have a great conversation, and then you never follow up. Some people are terrible about it. I'm pretty consistent with following up with people, especially if I follow that process. And one of the things that makes it super easy is to have like a reason, right? Like, hey, it was great meeting you. I've got this virtual networking event that I host, or a webinar, or, hey, let's just connect. Would love to invite you to, be part of that. And so kind of knowing specifically like what you're going to follow up with them about is always important. It's good to mention that ahead of time. Like, oh yeah, I've got this connection event every Friday from 10 to 12 and it's on Zoom. Would love to invite you. Most people will be like, oh yeah, I'd love that. Then you just invite them, right? You just say, hey, here's the link to it. So.
I know it's hard for people to believe, but the follow-up shouldn't be hi, bye from me.
No. Oh no.
Right? Like, we should talk because I want to sell you something. Said no one ever for wanting to do a networking event with you, right? So
absolutely.
Think about how are you adding value to the other person? What can you get them excited about that's going to help them, right? And that's kind of that follow-up process.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, nobody wants to just be sold to, especially just after getting to know somebody. So I think it's really important to have a connection call. Hey, would love to jump on a connection call, get to know you a little bit better, see how we can support each other, maybe collaborate on some things. And, most people are very open to that. If you don't have like an event like I do, it's kind of like a cheat code, having a virtual networking event to invite people you meet from a networking event to continue their networking journey. most people are interested because they're at a networking event. Some people are not because they don't like the virtual things. Totally
Right.
cool. And that's a good filter for me, right?
Well, and then maybe you have a podcast you want to invite them on, maybe, right? So there's all sorts of possibilities, things at an event that you're going to attend. They always say don't go anywhere alone if you're networking, right? So take somebody else with you. Don't have lunch alone. Don't go to an event alone. Bring someone else with you. So
Yes.
there's opportunities to add value. And that's really the big part, right? Is it's not selling to the room, right? But building those relationships within the room because you want to know who they know. You could sell something just to them. However, wouldn't you rather sell to their 100 closest friends?
Yeah, 100%. Which leads me to tip number 7, which is invite other people to the event. Like a lot of people, like everybody. And here's the thing. The host of that event is going to love you for it. And you want to know who the number one person is that you should meet at a networking event? The host. Go connect with them. Talk with them. And you want to know a cheat code question you can ask them? Who should I connect with? Right? If they don't know you, make sure they do. And maybe subtly mention like all those people that you got to show up, right? Because if someone's hosting a networking event with, 50 people or whatever, and you brought 10 people, they're gonna be like, holy smokes, no wonder there's so many people here. That's awesome. Like, thank you. And they really appreciate it. Trust me.
Absolutely. Go by and introduce the people you brought to the host.
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure the people you brought know who you're looking to connect with. Another cheat code, right? Because then they will say, oh, hey, you need to talk to Daniel. You need to talk to Christine because they are the kind of person that you said you're looking to connect with.
Well, I was just thinking you're talking about events. And so what kinds of events do you do with Unicorn Universe?
Oh, just magical, fun, amazing events. Well, we do have, like I've been mentioning, our virtual connection event every Friday. This is from 10 to 12 Mountain Time. And if anybody wants to register for that, you can do that at unicornconnectionevent.com. We also have a big conference coming up in March. This is a 3-day event focused on helping business owners scale as their future self through systems and strategic partnerships and for 10x growth. So really excited for that. And actually just kind of want to talk about that because that event, there is an investment to be there. It's not a small, $20, $50, $100 event. This is tickets are $800 for the 3 days and $1,500 for VIP. And the reason I mention that is because I have found that the more I spend to be in the room, the higher quality business owners are also in the room. And so going back to the person that maybe they have all the contacts and, they're not really at all these networking events, chances are they're at, mastermind retreats, higher level conferences and, things like that, where they're really there for a purpose and where other people have invested to be there. And I found, like I said, the more time I spend putting myself in rooms where I had to pay to be there and not just, like I said, a $50, $100 thing, even then you're just going to have a much higher quality room. Even if you can find a room where you actually have to pay $50 to be there, the people who are there are going to be a lot more serious than the ones who are showing up for free at some, happy hour, which, no shade against that. It's just being really mindful and intentional with your time and where you're at is super important. And if you know who you're looking to connect with and they're not in those types of, mixer happy hours, why are you going there? Right? Like, I don't even drink. So to go to a mixer networking happy hour, where there's typically kind of a lot of startup business owners, it's just becoming less and less aligned for me. Doesn't mean there are not serious business owners. There absolutely are in those rooms. They can just be a little bit harder to find. So you might need to ask the host.
Right. So depending on who you're looking for, I'm going to say, for example, if you're insurance, right? The idea is anybody needs insurance, right? So any networking event has potential, right? If you're looking for a B2B space and you need to talk to business owners, right? And if you're selling something that's a higher end item, it might not be appropriate for startups, but it might work better for an established business, right? So you really need to know where to network in order to meet the people that you want to meet.
Yeah.
Well, I just think since we were talking about events, I know we've got other events going on. How do people find your events?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So we do have at least our big event on unicornuniverse.io. And then people can also see all of the events through our school community platform. We've got, just over 100 members in there who sometimes will even add their events to our community calendar. We put all of our weekly events in there. Twice a month, we do a referral call. And then we got our big event, of course, coming up as well. So that's just, I think it's school.com/unicornuniverse. And it's actually free to sign up. There are certain events you won't have access to as a free member because we do have a paid membership. But I would say, get in there and check it out. If you have your own event, podcast, networking event that you're hosting, you can actually post it in our group and we'll help you promote it. If it's aligned, we'll even add it to our community calendar, which I think is pretty cool. And we've made the space public so it can be found by like Google and ChatGPT. And I'm very actively focused on getting the unicorn school community to be what ChatGPT recommends business owners to use for growing their network and finding new referrals. So I've been brainstorming with Chat about how to make that happen. So
Your best friend Chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just dropped the link in chat with anybody that wants to find out more about that school group that you've got going, because I know we're building that one up, but it's a great place to find all the events that are going on. And I keep saying and because you have so many fun events to go to. And I know you mentioned the referral one, you and I are working on that one on twice a month, which is great fun, teaching people how to give and receive referrals, which is a lot of fun. I was just thinking also you've got other things going. One of the other organizations I give our marketing partners with is H7. So I think you've got some partnerships going with H7 also, right?
Yeah. Yep. We actually have a it's a speed networking event, virtual event tomorrow. No,
today.
It was tomorrow or yesterday, but now it's
so if you didn't catch this live, you just want to make sure you go to the school group. This way you can see when the next event is.
Which is in a week, unless you're watching it, whatever. It's next Tuesday on the 24th at 2 p.m. Both of these speed networking events are virtual, 2 p.m. on Tuesday. My mind just went, does this become a thing? Anyway, and so, so you can check out those. We do have a Luma calendar. You can get to the Luma calendar from our school community. So I would say to go that direction. But then we
everything says go to school and then find all the other cool stuff he's doing. Because if you're trying to remember all these different websites, forget it.
Yeah. And then you can message me directly. That's the best approach for that. And we're not talking about boring school. We're talking about fun school. This is unicorn school. And if you graduate, then you can go to Unicorn University, which is also part of our school community. So, yeah,
we were just talking recently about adding some more fun stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it's getting plugged in, right? Finding your tribe, your people, and having fun together, helping each other grow, helping everybody with their business, right? I always say the tide rises all. So if you help them, they can help you. Giver marketing, we talk a lot about was it referral ping pong, right? So I lob the ball your way. Like, here's 3 headed your way. All right, send 3 back.
I feel like, Christine, you play a lot of referral ping and there's less pong coming back, but I don't think anybody can keep up with your level of introductions that you make.
So I'm pinging so many, you can't send the pong back.
But I'm sure you get tons of referrals on a regular basis because you have a very clear description of who you're looking to connect with. Do-gooders. Simple. Very few people can explain a good connection in 2 words.
Right? What do you want me? Do-gooders?
It's great. I love it.
That's literally what I tell people, right? And then from there, I figure out how to help them. So, sometimes it's connecting them to resources, people, things they need to do, things they need to know. There's just so many options out there. So, that's my whole goal in the world, is to help people do more good.
Love it. I love it.
It could be worse. Now, do we miss any of our tips? Because I know you had a list going. I know we were bouncing around with them. Anybody who's trying to actually number that list is probably completely lost by now, but
yeah, it's good. I can post the list. I'm going to post the list.
okay.
Guess where I'm going to post it?
I don't know. In school?
You know where, yes.
So if you want his super powerful list of the tips of networking like a unicorn, you want to make sure that you pop into that school community that we just talked about.
Yeah, this feels promotional. For anybody watching the Giver Marketing Broadcast Network and who knows that this is not supposed to be promotional, it might feel like that, and it does to me a little bit. But the thing is one, it's free, so I'm not trying to sell you anything, and two, it's designed to really help you grow your network, and we're really focused on providing a ton of value in there and supporting our members. So the whole goal is to help you grow and collaborate with other people who want to see that happen as well. So anyway,
absolutely. We've got a free version, right, of things that we do with Giver Marketing too. So I always laugh when people are like, well, why are you pushing something? It's like, it's free. I always say, if it's free, it's for me. So I don't understand what the problem here. But Giver Marketing, right? We have our Tuesday broadcast. This is free, right? You didn't have to pay me to be on the show.
Right.
Right. At the same time, we've got our Wednesday where we do a networking for marketers. So that's free also, right? So free events can add a lot of value, right? The idea is to bring people together. And I think that's really what you're trying to do with Unicorn Universe. I know that's what we try and do with Giver Marketing, is bringing those marketers together. Right. So to me, if you can work with other people, we were not meant to walk this earth alone, right? Mm-hmm. When we can pair up with other people and add more people to it, right, we can make magic happen, because you can't do it all as a solopreneur. You right. really can't. It's overwhelming. And so when you can get a team going, right, it makes a world of difference. Like, and your team could be other people that are your referral partners, but they can become closer than that. Like, think about your board of directors, right? Your team there. Where did they come from? How did you find them?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Networking, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
connection of a connection.
Exactly. So you can really bring some people into your life that can add value to you. You can add value to them, add value to each other's businesses or organizations, right? So it's about being open to the opportunities, right? As you meet people, when you meet somebody, who are they to you? Who are they going to become to you? That's up to you. Right? If you only look and walk into a room like, I'm looking to sell, and if you're not going to buy from me right now, then you have no value in my life. Moving on now, right? That's not the heart of networking. Heart of networking is, this person might buy from you, maybe, but who do they know that you can help, right? What kind of value can you add to them? How can they be part of your circle? Are they going to come to a networking event with you? Maybe they host an event. Maybe you host an event. Maybe you guys are going to be referral partners. You just don't know what the possibilities are. Endless. So right. When you walk into a room to meet somebody, it's not a matter of instantly categorizing them into sale, no sale. Yeah. They can add value in other ways. So that's really seeing people as opportunities rather than just a dollar sign on their forehead.
Right. Yeah. Collaboration over competition. Right.
It's huge. And that's what I find with a lot of the organizations that I work with, is that if they have that concept of collaboration, then they're probably my kind of people.
Yeah. Well, and that really is why we partner with other community groups. I've been kicked out of community groups because I have my own community. Or when we created it, there's some people that weren't about it, and they're like, "Oh, you're going to take our members," and I was like, "What?" I'm like, I'm here to support you, and I've invited a lot of people to join your group. Like, people have become members of your group, and I'm like, and I want to continue to do that, but if I'm not in it, I'm not going to do that. And if that's the approach, I'm not going to recommend anybody go over there, because I am of the mindset that I think pretty much everybody should have a community, especially if you're a business owner, some sort of community tied to the mission that you're trying to create, the purpose that you are, here for. And that just becomes an asset, like a very powerful asset, because I can't even tell you how many times I've been invited to speak at an event or be on a panel or speak on a, podcast or broadcast or there's got to be another something else there that rhymes with oddcast. And and it's because of my network, but not just the network, but the community, the official community. Because when I go to an event, I was at one on Saturday. I had 10 people there, and that's because I sent out a handful of texts to invite people, and I was on the panel moderating the panel because I have done this so many times for this group that I actually became the VP of the group, this other community. I'm the VP of one community. I'm the captain of another community. I have my community. I have partnerships with probably 15 different communities that we're all supporting each other and inviting each other and co-creating events and broadcasts and speed networking later. And we have this big community collective event next week. And it's all just because I really was intentional about that community that I was building and really providing as much value to those other community groups and showing them that I'm going to show up. So it becomes a really powerful thing to have in your life. And beyond the leverageable asset that you have, you can monetize it with a small monthly membership fee. Obviously, you need to provide value for people to give you that exchange. But as you grow that, if you're charging $50, $100 a month times 100 people, that's $10,000. Make it 1,000 people, and now we're really talking, right? And so it can be a very powerful thing to do. And hey, if you're going to networking events and you're going there with an intention, and that intention is a strong enough purpose that you want to create an official group around it, corral people for free, right? Just get them in the group. Trust me. One of the things that and this was asked on a question on an H7 event yesterday, if I were to regret anything, it'd probably be not starting an official community sooner. So definitely encourage anybody to
gather those like-minded people. Absolutely. You might even inspire me to do it. It could happen.
And you know what? The networking diva community. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? Like, let's just get it done.
Or it might be something else I've been playing with for a while. We'll see.
Probably.
It could happen. There's lots of possibilities. Yeah. And I could see, you talk about the abundance mindset, and that's so key, bringing other people. I know with David Roberts and his Warrior Networking, same concept, right? Mm-hmm. So what you're talking about doing online is what they do in person, and do a DFW area mixer, invite all the Tapers of Commerce and everybody else local, right? To come to, but you're talking about doing one online. We haven't even talked about that yet. Your connector, tell us about that one.
What
the multi-connector event that you've got coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one. We haven't talked about that one yet.
The Community Collective. So this is a call next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time that we are doing with a group of other community leaders and their network. And so we're featuring and bringing in a few different communities that we've got a partnership with to co-produce and create this larger community event where all of the people there will get to learn from the different community leaders, why they might want to be a part of it, what makes their community unique, the purpose of it, and all of that, and then get to connect with those leaders and really, find other groups to be a part of, other circles to swim in, and it be a way to kind of support those community partnerships, as well as create some concentric circles, because I don't think any individual who is networking and growing their network is only looking to be or should be in just one group. There are different groups for different purposes. Like it's funny, I have a referral community, but I'm in a mastermind for referrals as well. And I've learned a lot from that. I'm in a brotherhood community. That's the one I'm the VP of. I'm in the Vision Espresso community. That's all about future self and hearing your future self speak to you it's an AI generated voice of yourself in the future, talking to your present self about all of the things that you have accomplished. And that's just such a powerful community as well. They're on school, Vision Espresso. And then I'm also in a health, mindset, and fitness, high performance group, right? So many different things, and for a very specific purpose. Did I mention the Brotherhood? That's the one that I'm the VP of, Arizona Brotherhood. Great group, and they've got an Instagram group. If you want to be part of that, you can let me know.
Now, if we want to go to the collective one, I think I need more details on that one, because we probably should make sure we've invited everybody.
Yeah, so that one is also on Luma, and
is it in school?
And it is in school, yes.
There we go. So go to school.
I'm sitting here thinking, link, what's the link? I don't think I made a redirect, so school.
School. Go to school for everything. That's where you need to go to find all these really cool, fun events. I think I'm gonna have to put some giver marketing stuff in there too then.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think
well, that's the thing. Like, I want to add, and I want to have more of our community partners events in the school groups, because it's valuable both for the Unicorn Universe members as well as those community partners. Like, that's just such a high leverage point for anybody. And I don't have to pay anything. I don't have to do anything. I just have to have the event added to the calendar, and it creates a lot of value for everybody.
Absolutely. We'll have to revisit some people that I've introduced to you in the past, just to get them involved in this event that's coming up. We have so many events, I can't keep up.
I know.
I'm like, is the other one? I'm like, is that on my calendar?
Yeah.
I better double check.
I wanted to plug this bonus tip that came to mind that is just festering in the back of my head.
Share, please.
It's probably like the most powerful thing that you can do when it comes to a networking event, especially like a bigger one like Unicon 3. The thing I want to say is, when you go to a bigger event like that, oftentimes there's an opportunity for group shares or for questions. And if you have the opportunity to grab the microphone and speak into a microphone in front of hundreds of people, do it. I have this very firm rule that if I'm given the opportunity to speak on a microphone, or if I'm given a microphone, I'm going to speak or sing or yell or something, but people are going to hear my voice through that. And it's so powerful, because even if you're just asking a question, include some context about your business, not too much. You don't want it to feel salesy and promotional. Sometimes it's really annoying with the way people do that. But it's such a powerful opportunity. And especially if you know the event host well enough, and let's say you've got your own event, super important to try to get a chance to share that with other people. Like this event on Saturday, I moderated the panel. We wrapped up. I didn't say really anything about my event, but the host was like, hey, Daniel, want to make sure you mention your event coming up. Why don't you share with the group? So I did. And we sold 10 tickets from that event, right? So super powerful way to do it. But here's the thing. I was ready for it. I had a special offer for them. I had been telling people about it. I had flyers I was giving to people there, right? I didn't just show up and then, oh, cool, I get to do this. I was very intentional about it. I even, I'd be lying if I didn't say, hey, as we're like in passing, I'm like, mention Unicon. I said something to him. I was like, hey, let me say something about Unicon. So, but I have that relationship because I provided a lot of value to.
You've already invested in that relationship, so it made sense for them to invest back.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Absolutely. I love that. Life is an opportunity. It's up to you to decide what you want to make with it.
Yes. Yep.
And that comes so true when it comes to networking. You have an opportunity to grow, to make new friends. I always say a stranger's just a friend I haven't met yet. And Daniel, I think you're kind of the same way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Any last tidbits of advice you want to give anybody?
We touched on pretty much all of the tips. It's funny because you were saying them as they were coming up. No surprise.
It's like I read your mind. I know. It's this.
Yeah. But there is one that I really just want to hit home. And it's probably one of my favorite phrases that I like to use to tell people about us, which is that we like to have fun, and we have fun doing serious business. So most important part about networking and networking like a unicorn is to have fun. Just have fun with it. Don't be so serious. People want to have a good time, and they want to feel your genuine, authentic presence. So enjoy yourself out there. Don't be afraid to jump into a conversation. That's what people are there for. Okay. Especially if you're new to this, I know it's uncomfortable. You want to know how to do it? Hi, I'm Daniel. What's
There
your
you
name?
go.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you guys are having a great conversation. I'm just gonna jump in right here. Okay? Like if there's a group of people, like just get in it. Don't be afraid. It's okay. People are there for it.
That's the whole reason they're there, right? As opposed to LinkedIn, where people may or may not be there to connect. But for example, if you go to Alignable, that's exactly why they're in the room. Well, why are they at the networking event? Because they want to network. So it's okay. You're all there with the same goal, give or take, right? So just smile. Smile is the best thing you can do. Smile. And go have some fun. Be you.
Yeah.
I just dropped your link to your LinkedIn profile. So if anybody wants to connect with LinkedIn, on LinkedIn or with Daniel, feel free, click that link, reach out, tell him you saw him on the Giver Marketing broadcast. Hopefully we offered some insights today that you'll find valuable. Reach out. We promise Daniel doesn't bite. We love talking about networking. So if you're looking for getting more connected in the community, right, reach out to either one of us. We're here to help. And we're hoping that we will see you tomorrow for networking for marketers. So I'm going to drop that. There it goes. Networking for marketers on Wednesdays, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. Register at givermarketing.com/networking. This networking word, it's everywhere. Come hang out with us. So if you're PR, if you're marketing anywhere in the media, that kind of space, don't be a lonelypreneur. Come hang out, make new friends. And this is our give back. So that's an absolutely no cost event. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow or on the Tuesday marketing broadcast next week. Thank you, Daniel, so much for coming to hang out with us.
Thank you, Christine. And also shout out to Timothy Morgan and everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Christine, you're amazing.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.